So Nintendo just announced the most Nintendo thing they could possibly Nintendify. Nintendo LABO, because they could not afford the R there at the end. It's being pitched as this line of toys, cardboard toys, that you get to make, play, and discover. Yes, you get to make it. You get to make these cardboard toys that then will work in conjunction with the Nintendo Switch. Now, you've probably already seen the preview video. You're going to see a few rolls of it here in the video. And it kind of demos, at least little snippets of how this line of product is exactly going to work with the Switch. Of course, it's not going to be until the day of that you're going to be able to see various outlets like IGN, GameSpot, or whatever being able to get their own little review kits ahead of time. So the week leading up to 420 is going to see an awful lot of these outlets trying them on camera and being able to demo them and see how exactly they play out, and hopefully by the actual release date we'll get reviews as to how these things work. Now, people are kind of either loving this or up in arms about it, because the people who are up in arms about it are the people that don't realize that you don't have to buy this, or it's an accessory. At the bottom of the day, at the end of the day, this thing is an accessory that is designed for kids. And the thing that scares people is that, is this going to be a thing that could stick around? Even if it does, that doesn't mean that Nintendo Switch is going to instantly die, because they still realize how profitable the Switch was this year. There were a couple of days where Switches were put back in stock, and they were in stock for like literally 2 or 3 hours, and they were gone at the end of the day. They were completely gone, and we had customers asking us when are they going to come in again, and we're like, we have no clue. We have no clue. So yeah, the numbers kind of show that the Switch is not going anywhere anytime soon, nor are the games for it. But the LABO is something that, all kidding aside, does look like a very experimental thing that only Nintendo can get away with. And I gotta be honest, it looks fucking cool. Because I am a sucker for building kits. I'm a sucker for... Give me 1 second. I got this bad boy from my girlfriend for Christmas this year. It is a wooden building kit to build a 3D wood model of the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, because she knows how much I actually genuinely would love to get the $800 Lego Millennium Falcon, because to me, one of the joys about playing with that thing is not so much playing with it, but building it. So, being that we are kind of part of Struggle Nation, she settled for the struggle version, which I'm still very appreciative. In fact, I still have yet to dedicate a day to building this thing, because this looks like an awful lot of fun. It's wooden, so it's not exactly going to be kind of weathered down anytime soon. But more importantly, I do want to get myself a little assortment of little markers or things like that to kind of decorate this and make it look like the legitimate Millennium Falcon instead of like just the wooden one. So this is still very much right up my alley. And the same goes for the Nintendo LABO, because I don't even own a Switch. I don't have a Switch, and I already want this, to be honest. Now, I'm not exactly going to put down all of the money for the 2 kits, because they do have 2 kits that are going to be on sale on 420. One is the variety pack that pretty much comes with, from what I can tell, everything, including the one that everybody's probably going to be clamoring for, the piano, the little fishing rod, the little mobile bug that you get to move around with the vibration function from the Joy-Cons, as well as etc. of other things that they're packing in there. And then the second kit is just the robot one that kind of turns you into a robot, and you have a little virtual reality thing going, or at least an augmented reality. I don't know how the specifics work just yet. They didn't disclose that many details within the one press video that they released a few days ago. But the prices are set for the variety pack at $69.99. So many numbers, so many jokes. And then the robot one, I believe, is going for $89.99. Do have to admit that's a little pricey for essentially what is cardboard, even though I do think it's a little trivial and insulting to just call it pieces of cardboard that they're selling you for 70 to 90 bucks, because it's not just the cardboard, it's also how they're able to roll these sheets out with the perforations inside, and how they're designed to fold into themselves, because I've always appreciated that, and I got a little upset seeing so many people criticize that they're just selling you cardboard. Yeah, but they also have to print it a certain way on a certain type of cardboard that's going to hold together when you fold it together and follow the instructions. Because when I saw the very beginning of that introductory video, I thought we had to print the shit ourselves. I was that naive. I saw the little thing and I'm like, do we have to like go somewhere to print that, or else it's gonna have to be on construction paper or something? And they're like, no, these are kits. These are kits, and it's gonna have the cardboard inside, the very rough enough cardboard to be able to hold together for at least a good while, because I know that cardboard does not exactly last forever. But that's when my advantages come in of living in my house by myself with just my parents. I don't have to worry about no kids. I don't give no shit about no kids. This is gonna be for me. Out of the way, punk ass bitch. Now, is it possible that this could be a thing that would be cool for like 30 minutes once the actual item is built and I get to play with it? It's possible, because eventually I'm going to want to take up my Switch and finally get to Zelda, finally get to Mario Kart, finally get to Splatoon and Mario Rabbids and Super Mario Odyssey, because that's where my priorities lie. But again, when it comes to these things, sure, some people might not take interest when the thing is actually finally built and they look at it and go like, well, what do I do with it? We get to play with it. They don't realize that with these kind of things, the fun is in the journey, not the destination. And I see this and I think about how much fun I could spend an afternoon or two building the piano, building the fishing rod, and playing with it, sure, for only about 30-45 minutes, but building it is where it's at for me. And I want to give it a shot, at least with the variety pack and the robot pack. But again, going back to my previous point about spending all of that money, I will admit it's just a fraction too expensive. So I would say that my priorities lie in getting the Switch first, and then later down the line, going to a retailer, preferably Best Buy, where I get to spend some certificates that will then cut the pricing of these things a little bit. So the variety pack, I'll settle with it for maybe 50 bucks, maybe 45 to 50 bucks, maybe 55 at the most, and then the robot pack for about just 50 or 60, maybe 65. And that would sit just a little bit more comfortable for me should I decide to splurge on myself with these things, because I'm a sucker for building kits. I'm a sucker for things that you get to kind of put together and having that be the fun. It's the reason for why I love Transformers so much, is because you get a robot, you get a car, and then you got a puzzle-like device where you get to transform it from one thing to another. And Nintendo LABO seems to be doing it for me. So hopefully once the funds kind of kick in and I'll be comfortably in a financial state, I'll get myself the Switch and I'll get myself these bad boys and maybe try them here on camera through a live stream or something, and fully embarrass myself as a 27-year-old man trying cardboard toys on myself and putting them together like the loser I am. Anyways, that does it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know your guys' impressions and thoughts on the Nintendo LABO. Do you think that this is just completely way too crazy for Nintendo to do them themselves? And then do you think that it's actually a really good marketing to kind of appeal to as many markets as they can? Because this could be for the kids, and then for you adults out there, y'all got your Doom coming, you got your Skyrim, you got more big mature games from developers such as Bethesda and Ubisoft, more than likely coming very soon this year on the Switch, so you got something to keep you busy while the little ones kind of play with the little Joy-Cons. Do you think that's a good marketing move on Nintendo's part, or do you think that this is just a fad that's going to phase out probably by the end of the year? Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments below. Make sure you like and share this video to support it. And of course, do not forget to subscribe for more opinion pieces such as this. Until next time, guys, take care. I will see you later. It kind of tries to do what certain other asymmetrical multiplayer games do, where one character is this big powerful thing and then the other characters are just regular humans trying to take it down. All out Friday the 13th right now. Evolve, however, wasn't as pristine and polished as, well, neither is Friday the 13th.